Good day, everyone. I'm Dr. Eshvita, currently pursuing my MBA in Health Management from IIHMR University, Jaipur. Today, we are here for conducting a informal interview regarding Government of India banning e-cigarettes, heat-not-burn products like IQOS under Prohibition of E-Cigarettes Act, PECA 2019, myths associated with e-cigarettes and interference by tobacco and e-cigarette industry. Introducing our guest speaker, Dr. Rakesh Gupta, sir, President and Director of Public Health, Strategic Institute of Public Health Education and Research. He is a former Deputy Director, NCDs Director, Health Services, and Director of Chemical Examiner Lab, Govt of Punjab, Chandigarh. He has done MD Ophthalmology in 1989 from Government Medical College, Patiala, Punjab. Alumni of Johns Hopkins University of Public Health, Baltimore 2012, and University of California, San Francisco 2012 as a short-term scholar. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
My first question to you is, can you let us know the chronology of events leading to PECA 2019?
Sure. Actually, what happened was in 2013, the Punjab government, they banned electronic cigarettes under Drugs and Cosmetic Act, right? And we were very successful in this because we raided certain shops and found electronic cigarettes. We issued court cases against them, and those cases they were decided at the district courts, but they never went to high courts. So that means that we were on a very firm footing. And after that, actually 17 states and union territories, they declared electronic cigarettes as banned under Drugs and Cosmetic Acts. And in August 2018, Government of India, they issued an advisory to all the states and UTs to ban electronic cigarettes under Drugs and Cosmetic Act, to act under Drug and Cosmetic Act. But they did not enact like PECA 2019. But in 2019, first they introduced an ordinance against the sale of electronic cigarette. They in fact prohibited the sale of electronic cigarette and in fact manufacture also. And they also banned online advertisement. And in 2019 December, they enacted Act PECA 2019. And though the act was enacted in 2019 December, but I'm sure that these electronic cigarettes are present at many points of sale and even in online sites and social media platforms. So what we need to do is we need to strictly implement the law.
Yes, sir, that is very right. Sir, my next question to you is, why e-cigarettes have been banned but not tobacco?
You see, Eshvita, tobacco industry is a very, very powerful lobby. It has got muscle and money power. And many prominent politicians, they are involved in producing tobacco. And their constituencies, in fact, have tobacco agriculturists also. And many government ministries like Agriculture Ministry, Commerce Ministry, and the Tobacco Board also, they have conflict of interest. So they don't allow tobacco to be banned. And they were banned after white paper was issued by ICMR on the basis of a very solid evidences available already in the literature. So it was not that it was banned at the nick of time, because it took almost 6 years to ban the electronic cigarettes, and the ICMR, they collected that evidences, and only then it was banned. The promoters of e-cigarettes say that it is a finance issue to help tobacco industry, but they are absolutely wrong, because the government of India doesn't have any financial gains by banning the electronic cigarette. And I must say that it is a very good and bold step by government of India, because they adopted a bottom-up approach for 6 years and then banned electronic cigarettes in 2019. We should not control tobacco with regulation. we actually could not control tobacco with regulation. So that is the reason I think they wanted to nip it in the bud and they banned electronic cigarettes.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Sir, my next question is, why do adolescents and never smokers use e-cigarettes?
You see, actually, the tobacco industry wants them to smoke and use electronic cigarettes. They are at a very impressionable age, and they are thrilled by indulging into acts which are harmful and illegal. There's a peer pressure also, and most of all, they get addicted to these products. Nicotine, you see, is a more addictive even
Yes.
than heroin. So they get addicted to these products. And another thing
Yes, sir.
is, it is there is an ease of use of the electronic cigarettes. The the ones you can just throw away, the disposable ones, they just look like
Yes,
pen
sir.
drives.
Yes,
They
sir.
look like flash drives. They smell very
Yes,
good.
sir.
So
Yes,
the
sir.
parents, they are not very perturbed because of the smell. It has got almost 16,000 flavors and made of chemical toxic for inhalation, right? So now even toy pouches and
Yes,
hoodies, they
sir.
are available. And another thing is the vaping trips by the
Okay, so
influencers.
they find it attractive.
They find it very interesting
Yes, sir.
to copy
Yes,
those
sir.
on those things. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, why does secondhand smoke of e-cigarettes contain? What does it contain?
Actually, this e-cigarette industry or the tobacco industry, they want us to know that it is just water vapors, what we exhale. But it doesn't have only water vapors. It has got residual nicotine. It has got ultrafine particles which get deposited in the lungs and they damage the lungs. Then it has got flavorants. Flavorants may be good to ingest, but they are not good for inhaling. It also contains heavy metals because of the batteries that are present and which gets heated up. And then the propylene glycol is there in the secondhand smoke. So they are not very safe to inhale. And you see, if you visit any European country, you'll see many people smoking electronic cigarette, and they produce a very
Yes,
thick
sir.
smoke. And if the windows of the car are closed, the greasy secondhand smoke that gets deposited and the on the window panes, and it is not easy to remove it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, what are some of the myths associated with e-cigarette use?
So first myth is that e-cigarettes are 95% less harmful as compared to the tobacco cigarettes. But the fact is that statistics that
Yes,
comes
sir.
from a research paper which was published way back in 2014, so that is 10 years old paper. And the discussions were held by a
Yes,
group
sir.
of researchers who attended the meeting where the statistics were created. And there were supporters of electronic cigarettes, and some were funded by an organization with links to the tobacco industry. So you can't rely on such research papers. And despite the authors of paper noting that they lacked hard evidence, it is still being used after 10 years. And it has actually come in very
Yes, sir.
prestigious papers like Lancet that this 95% is defunct. The 95% less harmful theory is defunct now.
Yes, sir. And sir, are e-cigarettes harmless?
They are not harmless because I already told you what content they have in the secondhand smoke. And they are
Yes, sir.
linked to cell death, reduced lung function, stiffness of the arteries, increased risk of the cardiovascular diseases, metabolic syndrome,
Yes, sir.
etc. In addition to the addiction, you know that the addiction is always there with the nicotine. And it also
Yes,
leads to
sir.
delayed brain development, and these are even cancer promoters. So you can't say that nicotine can't cause cancer because it can at least act as like cancer promoter. And EVALI, that
Yes.
is e-cigarette and vape associated lung injury, that was very commonly seen during the COVID times, and it is a very dreaded disease. It
Yes.
killed many people.
Okay, sir. And sir, are children and non-smokers targeted by the e-cigarette industry?
Children and non-smokers, they are actually targeted by the electronic cigarette industry. The tobacco and e-cigarette industry, they need new population of individuals to become addicted to nicotine. You see, old people, they get they die over the period, and they need new actually addicts. So that is the reason that they don't want children and non-smokers uh, to not to smoke electronic cigarettes. And then segments via the development of the new youth-oriented e-liquid flavors. The e-liquid flavors are like bubblegum, popcorn, Red Bull, Fruit Loops, Skitties, Unicorn milk. So they all are meant to entice the young people. So it is not that they don't want any young people to smoke. The industry also uses appealing e-liquid packaging, cartons on the label or the e-liquid boxes that resemble fruit juice cartons, and as I told you earlier, that some of the devices, they look like the flash drives, right?
Yes, sir. Sir, there is also one myth regarding e-cigarettes, that e-cigarettes can be used as tobacco cessation device. Is it true or it's a myth?
Actually, it can't be used as a tobacco cessation device because it is not approved by FD or DCGI. DCGI is an organization or a higher official who approves any drug to be used in India. Similarly, the Food Drug and Administration elsewhere. So these are not meant for tobacco cessation. In fact, with the tobacco, with the use of the electronic cigarette, people, they use electronic cigarettes when they have money, and they use normal cigarettes when they don't have money. So there's always a dual usage.
Okay, sir.
And there are
sir,
more population level harms also than benefits actually.
Sir, for sure. Sir, does tobacco industry aim at a smoke-free world also?
And this is also misnomer or a fallacy, because to ensure its corporate survival in the future, so tobacco industry like PMI, that is Philip Morris International, they need to achieve two primary objects. They need to shape the public opinion and play the political game. As part of the guide, the electronic cigarette use tobacco industries hijack behavioral science by finding independent research, by funding the independent research. So they fund researchers who are pliable actually. And you see many organizations, many NGOs, they are promoting electronic cigarettes even in India when it is banned, which is actually illegal. The Foundation for a Smoke-Free World, earlier it was called as Foundation for Smoke-Free World, which was promoted by Philip Morris International. Now it has been rebranded in May 22, very recently, as Global Action to End Smoking. So definitely tobacco industry doesn't want smoke-free world, because they don't stop producing those tobacco products. So Marlboro brand that is owned by PMI, so they don't stop producing that product, right?
Yes, sir. Sir,
And in
how
fact, I may
can
tell
one...
you that I may also tell you that there are some associations like AHRR, that is the full form is Association of Harm Reduction Education Research. And many of the Indian doctors, they are promoting banned products like electronic cigarettes. And recently, they produced a documentary. It was released on World No Tobacco Day. I don't know whether the AHRR produced or somebody else, but and a documentary that was called as Cess Nation, Impact of the Vape Ban in India, that was produced. And the press conference, some pictures of the press conference of the finance minister, they were also shown in that documentary. So I don't think that is a legal thing to do. And in fact, they were promoting electronic cigarette and they were advertising electronic cigarette in that documentary.
Okay, sir. Sir, how can one quit using e-cigarettes?
Actually, quitting using electronic cigarettes is no different than quitting nicotine due to tobacco. It may be smoking tobacco or it may be smokeless tobacco. But we must thank Government of India that now 34 countries have banned these harmful products. Unlike trying to regulate tobacco products, they have actually very comprehensively banned. As some of the Western countries, they are struggling with electronic cigarette addiction in young population. And the cessation of e-cigarette, as I told you, that it is no different from tobacco cessation. And any doctor who is trained scientifically and who does tobacco cessation with following a protocol, following a fixed protocol, they can do tobacco cessation and also do e-cigarette cessation. All other healthcare professionals can at least ask, advise, refer to the patient to the doctors who are actually well trained, and they all can at least learn behavioral therapy.
Yes, sir. Sir, what are some of the issues that are flagged by promoters of e-cigarettes?
Actually, they say that it creates black market. There are no safety standards in illegal products, but I think it is an implementation. It is an implementation issue. So it is not that the black market and safety standards cannot be controlled. In fact, there can't be any safety standards in illegal products. Since it is an illegal product in India, it has to be seized and the person has to be punished.
Yes, sir, for sure.
And
So
there's
then what
another
is...
thing that they say that some countries, they earlier banned it and now they are regulating it now. So it may be there was pressure from the tobacco industry or the vape industry or the electronic cigarette industry that they now started regulating it instead of banning it comprehensively. But I think banning comprehensively the only solution.
Yes, sir, that is true. Sir, what is the way forward from here?
You see, already PECA is being implemented in many of the states. I can name one state, at least Gujarat, where Director Revenue Intelligence is spearheading it. And so you can follow the good practices of some of the states. Even in Punjab, I think they have done a good job. Earlier, when I was state nodal officer for Punjab, we did action against electronic cigarette under Drug and Cosmetic Act, and now they are acting under PECA 2019. So Ministry of Health, they has already a grievance portal for lodging complaints, and they have also issued advisories against the use of electronic cigarettes. And what needs to be done is actually capacity building of police officials. The police officials, most of them, they don't know about the provisions available under the electronic cigarette, the Prohibition of Electronic Cigarette Act or the PECA 2019. And we must also empower drug inspectors or the drug safety officers to implement PECA. They can continue to act under Drug and Cosmetic Act because they are still, that Drug and Cosmetic Act is still valid against the electronic cigarettes. Another thing is that we should regularly monitor PECA in state level coordination committees and district level coordination committee meetings along with the court pact. So we must regularly monitor. And another thing is strictly curbing of online sales by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology and MOHFW. So this is the way forward so that we can act against electronic cigarettes very firmly.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for these eye-opening insights on e-cigarettes. And thank you for joining us in this interview, sir.
Thank you, Eshvita, for being a very good host. And thanks for introducing. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.